Welcome everybody to another episode of the Moment of Victory. I'm your host, Mr. Victory or Nothing, and I'm here with a special guest, Mrs. Monet Trotman. Say what's up to the people.
Hi, people.
See, I like her. She follows instructions. She ain't trying to do nothing extra. I be having people doing a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I didn't say that. I said, say what's up to the people. So before I get started, I always tell people, how do we know each other?
I met Marcus in college a long time ago. I started at GMU in 2003, so it's been a while.
Been a while. Okay. Yeah, we go back. She's one of the best women you will ever meet. Her husband is, I call him the second best man I know because one of my roommates, Sean, I think he is the best man I ever met. He's just a great guy, but her husband is number two. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet, just a stand-up dude. So, and all this comes into play because, we letting you know about your everyday life and whatnot. So tell the people about Mrs.
So I'm Monet. I am 35 years old. I'm married, and I have 3 little ones, a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 20-month-old. And I'm also the owner of a residential cleaning company that I have owned since 2008. So I'm just an everyday girl with a passion and a dream that God has kept until now, and I'm grateful.
Amen.
Yes.
Now, let me tell y'all something. She is a cleaner par excellent. Apartments that I moved out of back in the day and everything else, I'd be like, I'm a neat freak myself, but I mean, her hands are God gifted. So, hey, plus I like to support people. It's what I do. So I call you or whatever. So real quick, because this show is called The Moment of Victory, I like to tell people how I got into the MC thing. And I literally was at a party and I had a DJ friend and he had, you know Omari. So he was DJing and he asked me to like help him out because the party was dry. Not because of him, he was just like, hey, and he gave me the mic. So I always tell people I was kind of thrusted into MC. So what was the moment that you decided, hey, I'm going to be an entrepreneur?
So the moment for me was I had just graduated from GMU in 2007 with my Bachelor of Arts in Communications and Public Relations. And I had one of those moments of like, ooh, girl, you done went to school for 4 years. And I was a little iffy about if that was the career path that I wanted to take. So I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. And I knew I didn't want to go back home. So if I wanted to stay up here, I had to have some money coming in to be able to sustain myself. So I just like went on Craigslist and like found some cleaning jobs of cleaning because I've always loved cleaning. I grew up in the house not only with my mother, but my grandmother as well. And she was a domestic worker. So that's what I saw. She, cleaned people's houses, ironed their laundry. So like growing up, she was strict with like, keep this house clean. I didn't care for it too much then, but it's a gift that was cultivated in me after, being raised under my grandmother. And I've just always enjoyed it. I was a young kid and I would go to people's houses and like clean up, and my mom would be like, now you can't do that, right? Because some people might be offended that you just come in their house and start cleaning up. But like just as a young girl, I remember doing it. So I was like, well, I'm good at it. I know I can make some money. And I was talking to my pastor one day and he was just like, well, how's things going since you graduated? And I told him, and he was like, well, it seems like you enjoy it. Who's to say that you can't be an entrepreneur fresh out of college at 21 years old? I said, right? Okay.
That's such a great point. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like we've always been taught like there's a progression of life. Oh, I graduate high school, I go to college, I get a job, I do this and this and that. And so to hear that is amazing. Like we don't have to do things status quo. We don't have to go with the grain or say. So that's an excellent point. So you just essentially jumped out there with something that just came natural to you. That's what
Right.
I'm.
I was just always good at it. And like I said, I graduated in 2007. After having that conversation with my pastor, I said, okay, I'm gonna have faith. And I stepped out 2008. I, made it official, got my LLC, all my licensing and everything. And the rest is history, and I enjoy what I do.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, quick question. What would you say is the hardest thing about jumping right into entrepreneurship? And what's the easiest?
The hardest thing about it is when you have to sustain yourself. Because it wasn't like some people that start off as entrepreneurs, they may have that 9 to 5 to give them a cushion. Me, I was fresh out of college. There was no cushion. So it was kind of like, okay, God, this has to work.
It's
So
gotta work.
that, the anxiety of that, but I trust God, something greater than me. So I tried to push past that, and then the easiest part is because it's natural to me, and I enjoy it. I just enjoy what I do, so I wasn't doing it begrudgingly or like. So I know some entrepreneurs just like try to find something that's like that they know they can make money at. But this was really which is I'm not knocking that, to each his own. But for me, this really is a passion, so it came easy to me because it's not easy work per se, but because I enjoy what I do, it's easy for me.
So your suggestion, would you suggest that it be something that you love if you want to get into entrepreneurship? Or
I do suggest that it's something that you love and that you enjoy, because there will be hard days where the money might not always add up, or just dealing with people, whatever comes along with entrepreneurship. But because I have a passion for it, it helps to keep me going on those rough days. But if it's something that you don't really enjoy, you might be like, listen, I can go find something else. Like, I'm really at the point where I'm like, I have no other options. And I think that's good sometimes in life, because it'll make you stick with stuff more. I feel like that's a problem with people today. They just like in and out of stuff too quick, but stick with it. And when you love something, you'll stick with it.
oh, all right, that was another nugget there for y'all people. You have to look. She will tell you. I've been slinging shirts. I've been
Yeah.
slinging shirts for a minute. I've literally had people tell me like, "Oh, you ain't never quit," or you know what I'm saying. And it's just like, yo, when you truly want something, it doesn't come easy. But when you keep doing it, it's going to happen. So that's an excellent nugget. Real quick. So what's next for Monet's Reasonable Service?
Okay, well, like I said, I'm 35 and I'm a mom of 3. So I'm getting to the point, like, because I still clean, we normally also have a staff of like 3 people on with us. So we're always looking for new employees. So you can go to www.monetsreasonableservice.com if you need a job. So next for me, I would love to get to the point where I can transition out of cleaning every day and just solely
Do the
manage.
business as
Yes, and my husband actually, um, he left his corporate job about a year ago to join me, and now we're in business together full time as a family. And so we have created a commercial extension, because Monet's Reasonable Service, we just service homes and do residential cleaning. So now he has stepped out and branched into commercial cleaning, where he does office buildings and things of that sort. So we're trying to go in that direction more. And like I said, just manage it where we're not in the field, so that we can have more time for our family. And to me, honestly, that's where the growth comes in, when you learn to step aside and trust other people to, come in and work under you, which can be hard,
it.
but you have to do it to grow.
It definitely is hard. I honestly, definitely at the beginning of the year before the Rona hit, I was starting to look for. I wanted. It's funny you said 3. I wanted at least 3 people to be under me as far as my emceeing goes, because while I'm good at it, you don't always want to be the talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're the talent, or in this instance, you're the worker, you
Right.
always have to do to get.
Yes.
And the purpose of being a business owner is to eventually get residual, where you make money when you're not working. So I said I wanted a white person,
Uh-huh.
because
Right.
there are white people in the world. I said I wanted a woman,
Uh-huh.
you could be whatever ethnicity, but I wanted a woman, and then the third person could just be another person, another Black person, whatever. So I'm also looking for that too. So I feel you, because at some point, like you said, you have to step away. Like it's the natural. We talked about progression as far as society and how we're supposed to go from childhood to adulthood. When you're doing a business, you have to have natural progression as well. So it comes. We're not going to always be the work or the talent forever. It while we are bosses because we start the business,
Right.
you really want to be a boss and like,
Right.
hey, let the people do it. So you are well on your way.
Yes, and I know you're all about community, and so that also helps our community because you're giving job opportunities to other people. A lot of the times, the people that work for me are single moms and just, so it's like that's a blessing to be able to say, hey, I'm giving somebody an opportunity to be able to, take care of their family. Or I had a lot of people that would work for me that were students and they were just trying to make their way through college. So
get a little bread while you in school. I get it.
You go.
Okay. So before we close out, I always just a little fun game. I call it rapid fire. I'm going to ask you 5 things. You give me the first answer that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Simple enough?
Okay, yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Favorite food?
Mexican.
Mexican. Okay. Last book you read?
The Bible.
The Bible. Probably read it every day too. There you go. Pick Timothy or Brianna.
I'm not doing that. Don't do that.
Hey, when people got multiple kids, I always throw that one in. Okay. 4. Who is somebody 4 and 5? Who is somebody you would love to sit down with and why? And as far as have a conversation.
That's tough, Marcus.
It could be for any reason. Just, I like her music. Or
well, you said the first person that comes to mind. So I'm going to say Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart?
Yes, because she's like, the epitome of all things like domestic, home. And
you know what?
Yeah.
That actually makes sense. I was like, why would she say Martha Stewart?
Yeah.
She like the queen of.
Yeah. I would say B. Smith, but she ain't with us no more. So, yeah. But I guess I could have picked somebody that wasn't living. But yeah.
You didn't.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Well, before we go, tell the people how they can find you. Give them your website. Give them your husband's website. I don't know if the commercial and the residential is on the same. So plug your business. Give them all the information.
Yes, you can find us at www.monaysreasonableservice.com. We're also on Instagram as Monet's Reasonable Service. And if you just want to keep up with me and my beautiful family that I love so much, and because I also like creative things and planning, I am Monet_Patrice on Instagram. And just Monet Trotman on Facebook.
Okay, real quick, because I actually meant to bring that up before you go. What's up with the business as far as the creative? When I tell y'all, she is an excellent person as far as things and like doing people's birthdays and all that stuff. Like she will make it a whole thing, and there will be gifts as far as that thing. There will be like little notes and messages, like particularly with the Rona going on right now, we can't have really big celebrations. She is definitely somebody you will want to speak to because she can make your birthday, your anniversary, whatever the case may be, special. So what's going on with that?
We are working on that. So look forward in 2021. I don't want to reveal, but God has given me a name, kind of a direction. So yes, 2021, look for it.
So we're gonna come back and do one of this.
Yes.
For that, because you know me, I've been telling you that for years. Like you're so good at that. And I mean, people might think, oh, that's easy to do or whatever the case may be. No, it's not. You have to really put thought into things like that. And like you have it down, like you really make it a presentation. And it is wonderful. The 6-year-old for Brianna the other day, I was just like, look at her, man. That's my gorgeous girl, though.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday, gorgeous girl.